Okay, so today I want to make this beautiful gown tutorial. Okay, it's as simple as it may look. You might make your own and it won't be the same thing with what you are seeing on the picture. So I want to let us in on what was done on this style to bring out this fullness around the hem area. Okay, I want to concentrate on the body. Okay, of course, I don't know if you need tutorial on the sleeve, but I want to lay more emphasis on the bodies. Okay, now two things are involved. Now if you look at this particular picture, two things are involved, and those two important things that are involved, I want us to look at. It's a beautiful gown because it helps cover up a lot of things on our body. For some of us that has big tummies, this style hides every single thing that makes you still look more beautiful. Okay, so first and foremost, look at the shoulder of this style. Okay, shoulder is very key when making this style for your customer. Do not use, if you use the actual shoulder measurement, do not add half-inch allowance. Okay, do not have half-inch allowance. Look at the shoulder. You will see that the shoulder is almost not the size of the customer. Okay, if you want to use this customer's exact size, the shoulder will look bigger. But if you look at the shoulder looks a little bit tightened. Do you understand? One. Then number two, this cloth, the beauty of it is in the length. When your client tells you, oh, don't make mine, I don't want it to be very long, please, this time must touch the ground. For it to have this effect, it must touch the ground. In fact, if I am to make this gown, the front must touch the ground, then the back will flow on the ground. Okay, that's the way to make it look this beautiful. If you make your own, anything that will make you to make this gown, and your customer will be walking and they'll be seeing her legs, it won't give this effect that you are getting here. Then number three, this gown, try to look out for a fabric that is 60 and above in length. For a fabric that is by 60, you will have joining, but it won't be that much. Okay, definitely you must have joining. So don't think that when you place it, when you start cutting on your fabric, that it's not going to have joining. It has joining, but you can try as much as possible to make the joining to be at the back. Okay, but try as much as possible to get, except you are using Ankara. If you are using Ankara, that's fine. But if you are using Ankara, just know that the joining will be on the high side. But if you are not using Ankara, you want to source for the fabric, try to look for a fabric that is 60 and above. We used to have some build materials that even come 65. Okay, if you are lucky to find those ones, good enough, and you won't have to be joining as much. So I have gone out ahead to make our pattern, and this is our pattern here. Now for the neck measurement, remember it has turtleneck, has like a turtleneck, so it's not the average 3 by 3 inches neckline that we are using. We are going to be using the exact neckline for this client, right? And the exact neckline is gotten by bust divided by 12, whatever you cut, that is why you are going to be putting here, because we are going to be making turtleneck, right? So I've slanted my shoulder like I told you. Do not use the clients, tighten the shoulder. Okay, it will give more fitting. Then we have come in by half-inch, the way we used to come in. Of course, if you have been on my channel by now, you should know how I got this pattern, but let me just run through it. Okay, bust line, under bust. We are supposed to need under bust line, which is here. Okay, this is my waistline, this is my hip line, and that is all I need. You mark bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance, under bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance. Now this is my nipple to nipple measurement, and of course we already know how to get our nipple to nipple measurement. So whatever I've explained, if you are not following or you don't, please put your comment in the comment section, and I'll be able to make either a video or refer you to a video where you will understand it more. So see the way I'm cutting through the, so I'm cutting through the under bust. Can you see? I'm cutting through the under bust. I cut through my bust band, and then I cut through to the through the underbust. You cut it in a way that just cut it to get close, very very close, but do not separate it from the bodies, okay, so that you'll be able to move this fabric like so. Okay, so now that is that for this. Now you place your fabric on bias. When you place your fabric on bias, placing on fabric means holding it like this and placing it this way. Okay, if you place it this way, you are going to get a fuller. Ordinarily, placing it this way to cut out gives you fuller effect. Then opening it up again, okay, will even make it more fuller, and that way your fabric design becomes more fuller. So let's just do just a little bit of sample. I'm going to be placing my fabric on fold this way. Don't mind the just pieces from my sewing. So when you place it in a triangular form, okay, then you straighten it out. Okay, my fabric is on bias this way. So this is my pattern. This is my pattern. I place this way and I open up. Can you see? Then you cut out. Okay, can you see? I've cut it out now. Okay, now with what I have done, the bust area is going to be fitted. Where the full flare will line up is around this area. Can you see? So now if I open it up, okay, so this is it's as simple as is this simple. Okay, so when you open it up, you will have something like so. The fullness will be around the, and so that is basically it. Making the gown. Let's go into making the cap. And don't ever think that the cap is something very difficult to do. We'll be doing the cap in just like 10 minutes. So I'll still be using my mini measurement for you. So the normal round head, okay, this is your client, okay, this is your client. So you place your tape like so and measure around here. This is your client's eye, right? So you place your tape around the head on top where the cap is going to sit and measure it. For me now, I got 20.5 inches. Don't worry, make it very tight. Don't worry about the hairstyle the person is using. I will advise just use 20.5, sorry. Just use 20.5. Remove ½ inch so that when the person is putting on the cap, the person is going to push it down and it will look very tight. Okay, so mine is 20.5, right? Now the template I used is this. Okay, some people use plastic, but the plastic is expensive. You can use carton if you want, but for this tutorial, since I'm not using the real human size measurement, I'm going to be using cardboard paper. But there is a plastic for it. Making cap is in the market. The people making these fascinators, they sell it. But if you don't want to go that extra length, sometimes I use my caps as Zara for my customers. Those are the things you can do to bring customers to yourself, right? So most times I don't charge for the cap. I just make it and give to you. But then I've already added the cost in the making of the fabric. So you can go to source this plastic from fascinators. Tell them you want to make Zara cap. So you need this what is it called now? The skeleton that is supposed to be inside is already there with the measurement of the head and everything. So all you need to do is just bring it home and wrap it with fabric. But if you don't want to go that extra mile because it's dash you want to use it for, right? So you can use carton as the frame for the Zara cap. okay? But for this tutorial, I'm using this cardboard paper. Now what you do is, this cardboard paper is 20 inches and a half. It's actually 21, but I removed half inch so that it will be tight. 20 inches. Now here on this side, because whatever this framework is the shape that your cap is going to be taking. Okay, it depends on how wide you want it to be by the sides, right? As in the length, not the width. Now it depends on how wide you want it. I want mine to be 3 inches, and this is 3 inches right here. Okay, now the next thing you do is you go look for this. Now some people go ahead to put the cardboard paper or the plastic right there inside like that, but I don't like it that way because it makes the client uncomfortable. The plastic is very sharp, it can pinch. Now the cardboard sheet will start, you over time, by the time they wash the cap, you start seeing the shape of the cardboard inside the fabric. So I won't want to use this. And going by, if it's Ankara you are using and you make the Ankara to double or 3 times, do you understand? Then the person might not really feel the shape of the cardboard sheet inside. But when you're using fabrics like this, or fabric like the one that they used in the picture, right, it's very, very light. So whatever you lay inside the paper, inside the fabric, the shape will definitely be shown. And you can you can agree with me that the shape of cardboard sheet to be showing on this fabric we are seeing here on the picture won't be a nice one at all. So this is what you do. You either, there's 2 items for it, but I don't have one. This is called wadding. Wadding is for padding of blouse. This is one you use, or you use fiber. Fiber now is very expensive. So for me that I want to make the one I want to dash, I don't want to go that extra. This wadding will do exactly what I want it to do for me. So what you do is you pick up this already framework you done, and then you shape it this, you bend it this way. Okay, can you see what I did now? So this is how, can you see what I did now? This is how it's going to be looking like inside it. Whatever fabric you are going to be using, you are going to make sure it comes in a rectangular shape or a square shape. Reason being that you want the edges that will be dropping at the back to drop pointed. Do you understand? So the next thing you are going to do is pick the one edge of it and bend it this way. Now when you bend it, this is the frame we are working with, right? I want to assume that this frame has been covered with that wording the way I showed you. So you glue it or you tack it. So when you place it at the center of the bias line like this side remaining should be 21 and this side should be 21. That's how you cut your fabric. Let this side be 21, let this side be 21, so that by the time you drop it, it falls nicely pointed at the back. Though some people will make their Zara cap this way and just end it this way, but no, I want mine to have droppings. Okay, so if you know you want it this way, there's no problem. It's for you to cut it the way you want it. Now you are going to place it at the center this way. Remember, I want to assume that this has been covered with a wording, so you place it this way, right? You place it this way, and then you fold just once, except you want to make it twice, but once is okay because the wording has already covered the cardboard, so the shape will not be showing through the fabric. Now you are going to tack all these places, tack it down, tack this side to this side down, you tack it down. So when you tack it down, take it to the back, fold it to the ending of the frame inside. You can feel it. You fold it to the ending of the frame inside, put it together, and you tack it. Now after tacking it, you now tie it anyhow style you want, and that is all for the Zara. Okay, so tell me why you will not want to do this for your customer.